Welcome, friends. Today's class is focused on the health of our pelvic area and really the entire kind of central part of the body. You don't need any props for today's class, and we're going to get started on our backs. So you can plant through both feet. Take your time rolling yourself down, settling into the mat. Closing the eyes, and just to start out, let's take the hands into kind of a diamond shape, forming a diamond between the tip of the thumb and the tip of the index finger, and just laying that diamond on top of your pelvis. So let the hands just kind of weigh that area down. With the eyes closed, we'll take a few breaths in and out here, accepting that we have arrived on the mat. The hardest part is done. Exhaling, allowing tension and stress to release from this area, from the entire part of the body. Really nice. Let's wiggle the feet together. So the knees are stuck together, the insides of the feet are stuck together. You can keep the hands as they are, or bring them alongside the body if that's more comfortable. And then keeping the feet flat, the soles of the feet to the mat, will open the knees. So they probably won't go very far since we're keeping the soles of the feet down. And then just bring the knees back together. Take that a few more times. So opening the knees, press down through the insides of the feet, and bring them back together. This is a bit of an exploration move. We're not used to doing it with the feet to the mat. So perhaps as we continue, we find that we actually have a little bit more range than we thought. Maybe the glutes can help us to pull those knees just a little bit further apart each time. Let's take two more. Last one. And then bring the knees back together. Bring the arms alongside the body if they weren't already. And let's open the knees again. We're keeping the soles of the feet down. Squeeze through the glutes and lift up through the glutes. A little bit of a different type of bridge here. The knees are open. The soles of the feet are pressing down. The glutes are squeezed and we're lifting. Holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Lower yourself down. Very nice. Let's bring both knees back together, pointing towards the ceiling, and then pick the right foot off of the mat. Take a few circles, perhaps with that right ankle, just 2 or 3 in each direction, shaking things off a little bit. You might like to widen your left foot ever so slightly, maybe even bring it off the side of your mat, just so we have room to take a few circles with the right knee, making that hip work a little bit. So taking 3 or 4, again, perhaps these circles kind of grow over time. And then you can take them back in the other direction. Really nice. Let's hug that right knee in towards the chest with both hands and see if you can let that left knee, the outer left knee, fall towards the mat. So we're letting that left knee just open up. The outside of the left foot is on the floor. Just hold here for one more breath. And let it out. Really nice. Let's softly release hold of the leg. Bring both soles of the feet back to the mat, back together, squeezing the knees in tight. Holding here for one breath. Notice if there's a little bit of a difference between both sides. And we will see, of course, if we can balance that out. So pulling left knee in towards the chest, taking a couple of ankle circles at first. And switching direction. And then you can walk that right foot perhaps off of the mat, just getting it out of the way so that the left knee can trace some circles. Starting out in one direction, doesn't matter which direction you've chosen. Let's take things back the other way. Still feeling the lower back settling into the mat. Nothing else moves as much as possible. The next time the left knee is in, you can hug on with both hands. let the right knee fall towards the outside. So that right knee is really heavy, being dragged down towards the earth, and the hands are helping the left knee in a little bit closer. Breathe it in, and breathe it out. Right. Let's return both feet towards the mat, planting them down, keeping a little bit of distance this time between the knees, and then just center your left foot, sole of the left foot. We're going to cross the right knee on top of the left and start swaying the knees from left to right. So this could be a pretty small motion. You could open the arms out towards a T shape if that's more useful. And then just let those legs find the center. And instead of having the right knee crossed over, now we'll cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. And again, just sway those legs a little bit, left to right. So this could be a pretty small motion. It might get bigger as we continue to rock it out. And then let those legs, still ankle crossed over knee, fall over towards the left. Perhaps the sole of the right foot will come towards the earth. Perhaps it hovers. Just one breath here. And let it go. Rock yourself back to center. Uncross that ankle. Straighten out through the right leg just briefly, just to give it a little bit of a shake. And then replanting through that right foot, center it just a tiny bit, and then crossing left knee on top of right, so we can rock things out. Going side to side, finding your pace. Remembering to breathe while we're at it. Let's come back to center. Instead of left knee, we'll now cross left ankle on top of right knee, and we keep going with our rocking motion. And the next time the legs come over towards the right, you can keep them there. Perhaps the left foot is hovering, perhaps it's planted down. Press the left knee away from the body, breathe in. And breathe out. Bring yourself back through center. Let's uncross that ankle, extend through the left leg, give it a little bit of a shake. And simply rolling yourself over to one side, pick your favorite. We're coming towards an all fours position, taking your time to arrive. And then once you've arrived, you can bring the big toes to touch, You can widen the knees, and we're sitting back towards child's pose. So knees can be apart as far as you would like. We'll walk the upper body forwards, resting the forehead down. A deep breath in, and a deep breath out. One more. And slowly we can lift our way back up towards all fours. Let's position the hips above the knees, the shoulders above the wrists. If being on the palms is not terribly comfortable, you can also come up onto your fists, and we'll take 2 rounds of cat-cows here. So inhaling to scoop through the spine, belly comes down, and exhaling to push things away and round through the entire back. One more. Inhaling, lifting up through tailbone, through crown of head, and exhale, round it all out. Bring yourself back to neutral, and this time let's walk the hands off slightly towards the right. So the right hand is coming off of the mat, the left hand might still be on it, and 2 more cat-cows here. So inhaling to scoop and arch, and exhaling, press away and round. Probably a different range of motion in this position. Inhaling to arch, And exhaling to explore that rounded feeling. Bring yourself back to neutral. Bring yourself back to center. And just one traditional cat-cow here just to reset things. Inhaling to scoop and reach. Exhaling to round. Coming it back towards neutral, walking the hands off towards the left. Left hand off of the mat, right hand most likely still on it, and 2 rounds of cat-cow like this. So we inhale, and we exhale, bring the chin towards the chest, tuck the tailbone, 1 more. Inhale, and round it out. Come back to neutral with your spine. Come back to center with the entire body. And this time walk the hands forwards towards puppy pose. Forehead can hover or rest down. Sit bones reaching for the sky. You can keep the palms planted or you can lift up, tenting onto fingertips. Nice little shoulder stretch while we're at it. And then let's back the hands up ever so slightly. So we're still in puppy pose, but our forehead is hovering and we're not quite as far forwards. Just to start to rock the hips from side to side. So isolating this movement to the hips as much as possible. Of course, some other things are going to move with us, but we're initiating this from the pelvis. And then keep swaying, but walk your hands ever so slightly further back. So the bum is coming a little bit closer towards the heels and we're still rocking left to right, each at our own pace. Keep swaying, take 1 more step back with the hands. We should be just kind of almost grazing the heels now with our seat. And then last one, take 1 more step back with the hands. And this time you can settle the glutes down. Maybe they find the heels. Maybe not. Maybe you'd like to rock it out a little bit further or hold still here. 2 breaths. And straighten yourself up. Let's bring the legs in front of the body and the hands behind us to prop ourselves up. Fingertips facing outwards. The heels stay on the mat, the toes are turned outward, so it's almost like we're in a little bit of a squat here, but the hands are supporting us behind us. Squeeze the glutes, hover your hips off of the mat. Ever so slightly, doesn't have to be very far. Keep squeezing, keep holding, stay here. Keep squeezing, you can do it for 5 and 4. Maybe you lift a little bit higher. 3, squeeze harder. 2, 1, final squeeze, lift it up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then very slowly set yourself down. Give your hands a little bit of a shake. Keep the feet planted off of the mat, knees are nice and wide here. The fingertips can support us behind the body or they could come in front. Walking the upper body forwards any amount, just finding a little bit of release here. Again, you could keep the fingertips behind you, could hold on perhaps to the ankles. Keep pressing the knees apart. Inhale. And on your exhale, no matter where you are, round through the upper back. Let the chin fall towards the chest. Feel any sensations through the hips, through the lower spine. 1 more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, let it out. And really slowly, let's all begin to straighten up through the spine. Again, you can bring the hands behind you. You can bring the soles of the feet in together on the mat. Knees are glued together as we rock them out side to side. Similar to what we did on our backs. Just letting things go here. You can let one glute pick up as the knees rock over to one side. Gentle twist. One more to each side. And release. Finding a comfortable seat to close things out. Place your hands onto your hips, onto your pelvis. You could even form that little diamond shape again, just briefly to acknowledge this central part of the body, at the core of so much of what we do. And blink the eyes open. Let's inhale the arms up towards the sky. Exhale the palms to heart center. Wonderfully done today. I hope you enjoyed this little movement yoga practice. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see you hopefully very soon.